Hey guys, this is the first video for the week, and this video is called Structure of an Atom. Atoms are all around us. We just finished talking about matter, and we learned that matter has physical properties and chemical properties, and we've worked with some of those, one specifically being density. Well, this week we're going to look at how matter is put together, what kind of organization it has. And matter is made up of atoms. Atoms are the smallest particle of matter. Now, for those of you that are smarty pants, you might have already done a little bit of research or heard some things about other small subatomic particles. But for all intents and purposes, atoms are the smallest piece of matter at this point in your 8th grade career. Got it? Alright, so let's take a look at what an atom actually is and how it's broken up into pieces. Atoms have 3 subatomic particles. Sub means smaller or under. Atomic, so under atomic. They're going to be smaller than the whole atom. We have proton, neutron, and electron. Now a proton, you'll notice I have a circle with a plus sign. The plus sign means positive. So where's a proton located? An atom has a central location called a nucleus. The proton is found inside the nucleus. Its electric charge is positive. And the proton has a mass of about 1 AMU. And you'll see that AMU stands for atomic mass unit. Now, you also have a neutron. In the same location that you find a proton, you find a neutron. So inside of that central location in the atom, it's called a nucleus. We find a neutron. Now, the neutron doesn't have an electrical charge, so you will refer to it as a neutral charge or no charge. And the neutron is about the same size as a proton, and the mass is about 1 AMU or 1 atomic mass unit. There is a third and final subatomic particle called an electron. And if you'll notice in my drawing, the electron is significantly smaller in size compared to the proton and the neutron. The electron is not found inside that central location. It's found outside of the nucleus in something called the electron cloud or energy levels. You will hear it both ways. And the electrons are actually going to be in motion. They're going to be moving all around very quickly in an orderly fashion around the nucleus. And we'll talk more about that later on in this unit. An electron has a negative electric charge. So in most of my drawings, and I will refer to in the videos, with a negative sign, okay, or a minus. And the mass of an electron, you'll notice, is 1/1837th of an AMU. So it's a fraction of the size of a proton and a neutron. Okay, so an atom has all of these parts, these particles, a proton, a neutron, and an electron. But are they just existent inside the nucleus? Are they just there hanging out? What's their relationship? An atom is considered electrically neutral because the number of protons, that particle that has a positive electrical charge, is equal to the number of electrons. And electrons, remember, are those small particles that with a fraction of a mass that have a negative charge. So the number of positive charges is the exact same as the number of negative charges. So our atom is considered electrically neutral. That's one relationship. The next relationship, I told you, the nucleus takes up, it's the part that's in the middle. It actually takes up very little space, so those protons and neutrons are packed pretty tightly inside the nucleus, but that's responsible for the majority of the mass of the atom. So your number of protons plus your number of neutrons, and we'll talk more about that later. The third relationship is the electron cloud takes up the majority of the space. So where those electrons are in motion, that's the majority of the space, but it's actually responsible for very little mass. So guys, that's an atom. Protons, neutrons, and electrons. So you're going to be practicing this week identifying those parts. And that's a wrap.